God is good, and with each day that passes brings us a day closer to the launch of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen. But today, guys, I want to talk about EverQuest and more of a classical approach. Earlier in EverQuest, I want to talk about some of the best music, in my opinion, from the game. Someone in the comments has mentioned something about music, and it made me think, you know what, there's a lot of really good classic tunes from EverQuest, and I'm sure that you will have your favorites as well, and I apologize if your favorites aren't on the list. But before we get started, if you're new to the NAPALM channel, please consider subscribing, especially if you're interested in old school MMOs, MMORPGs in general, and especially Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, JRPGs, RPGs, CRPGs, all that kind of stuff. That's what we do here. And a big shout out to the members of NAPALM. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Thanks to them, I'm able to keep the lights on and keep this baby going. And if you are interested in becoming a member of NAPALM, please click the join button down below. Alright guys, let's get started. At number 5, we have the KELETHIN musical soundtrack. In the trees of the greater Fadark forest, on the northern half of the continent of Thador, it's an amazing city. A tree city, built along the trunks of giant trees of the greater Fadark. It's surrounded with black wolves, wasp drones, and bats that move through the forest. You also aren't far from Crushbone, where the orcs have made camps, usually littered with many corpses of the adventurers who tried to venture there. The soundtrack for KELETHIN, I think, is very magical, and let's just give a moment of silence to listen to it a bit here. And at number 4, we have THAL. I think this soundtrack just absolutely begs for adventure. Big fan of this song. And of course, the elves sure do know how to build a city in Norrath. It's a legendary city that rises out of the fog of the greater Fadark. Its golden walls give off a faint glow, and it's a peaceful city that attracts many visitors from abroad. Once again, close to greater Fadark, and let's just give a moment to listen to this beautiful soundtrack for just a moment. And at number 3, we have Freeport. On the east coast of Antonica, it's a port city, and considered by many to be the hub of Antonica. It is the mercantile center of the continent, and the hub for traffic of all kinds. The good races travel the streets to their guilds and their shops, and the dark races travel through the sewers to reach most of these same destinations. Freeport lies close to the common lands, a forested plain ringed by desert. Also within reach of Freeport is the Desert of Roe, and of course, to the east of Freeport lies the vast Ocean of Tears. Let's take a moment and let's listen to this beautiful soundtrack that has called so many adventurers out into the world in the past. At number 2, we have a raid, THAL, and for those who are lucky enough to experience it, and even luckier to get through the hardcore mobs and creatures that await you, you are treated to a beautiful and one of my favorite songs from EverQuest. Let's have a listen. And finally, my number 1 pick for music in EverQuest is You might have already guessed it, of course, it's the EverQuest theme. No other song in MMO history has got me as pumped to go on an adventure and want me to log in and see and just feel like absolutely anything is possible than this glorious theme song that met you that very first time as you're loading into EverQuest. Such a beautiful masterpiece. Let's have a listen before we go. I hope you enjoyed the video today, reminiscing and hearing some songs from the past, from that beautiful, wonderful MMO that we all love and hold dear to our hearts. It really started it all, which is EverQuest. And of course, guys, I know there's going to be some music that is your personal favorite that wasn't on this list. Please let me know in the comments down below your top 5. Or if you agree with me, then let me know that. Or whatever you want to do. Just let me know some songs that you feel like should have been on this list, or that you remember so well, or even songs that you like to go back to and listen to in your car while you're driving or anything like that. Let me know about your stories down below. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so, especially if you're interested in MMO content, old school especially, and of course Pantheon Rise and Fall, which is the main thing we cover here, which makes me want to get to my final point. I wonder what classic Pantheon Rise of the Fallen music we'll all look back to endearingly. As I already know, Pantheon is full of some really beautiful music, and it will be very interesting. It's just kind of fun to think about. Wonder which one of those songs we'll be thinking about years and years into the future and reminiscing upon. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today, and a big shout out to the members of NAPALM. I couldn't do this without you. I appreciate you guys so much, and if you're interested in becoming a member of this channel, please click the join button down below for information and of course a list of perks you get for doing that. And until next time, guys, God bless and happy gaming. Please listen to what I say. I've been making videos all day. It's a video buffet, you can even hit replay. But please just subscribe. I can't even describe being part of my tribe. I'll even offer you a prize. But just please just subscribe and hit the bell notification too.